Welcome back to the Manor. Julian McBain here, and we are back with Dark Cloud. Okay. I'll pick up a little more repair powder before we jump back into the Gallery of Time. That should be sufficient. I've got 10 chicken and 7 cheese. That should last this trip. After which we're probably going to have to look at what we have to... And I mean, we might have to do some farming on this one. Just to get up enough money to be able to buy more supplies, because... I mean, the Gallery of Time is not easy. I mean, it hasn't been terrible so far, but it is the final dungeon. So we totally expect this to be a lot more difficult. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. And instead of doing my normal other plug, I am actually going to plug 2 groups that I owe a debt of gratitude to. I have a family member who is a young child, 3 years old, who is legally blind and will lose all eyesight likely before adulthood. And child's mother, my cousin, is having trouble finding services in our state. And so I reached out to the Knights Templar Eye Foundation, which is a Masonic organization, which of course I am a Freemason. And I said, hey guys, I'm not looking for anything huge. I just need a place to start in this state. Would you be willing to just give me an idea of anyone you work with? And they're like, well, we don't work with anyone in that state because we fund laboratories. That's what they do. They fund laboratory research into degenerative eye illnesses and things of that nature. This is actually the appendant body of which I am applying to. Once I have the opportunity, like I already have the petition, all of that stuff. There's a whole process to get there. Takes about a year plus to become a knight once you apply, and that's after you're a master mason. But they're like, this is outside of our wheelhouse, but if you call this organization, who is someone we are familiar with in the area, and they're top 5 in the nation, and they're not far away, then they should be able to tell you who to go to. And I'm like, awesome, thank you. And so I wanted to just shout out the Templar Eye Foundation, because that's one of the reasons I'm glad I'm a Mason. You know, we have all of the charitable things we do, and to be able to reach out to I will be taking a look at that. To be able to reach out to this organization and ask for help, and they're like, you know, that's not in our wheelhouse, but we got you, fam. You know, it just makes me proud to be a member of such an organization. Holy buckets. Wow. I'm gonna keep this as a backup, because you know me. Spend all this time building up this sword. It broke. Fuck. Okay. Increase its endurance a little, and we'll do Metal Breaker. So yeah, that's my plug for the night. It's not even, no pun intended, it's not even a plug for something you would pay for, although, you know, I'm sure that they would accept any donations. But to my brothers in the Freemasons that are knights, that are part of the Templar Knight Foundation, thank you so much for the help. And for those of you not familiar, the Foundation works in a very much a similar capacity that the burn hospitals do for the Shrine. So for those of you not aware, the Shriners hospitals, which of course are famous for the burn hospitals across the U.S. and I believe the whole world, every Shriner is a Mason. And they occupy a similar place in the Masons as the Knights Templar do. They just have a different focus. Oh, hi. Ouch, bitch. Frickin' bitey box. So, okay. That's all I wanted to say about that. Thank you for listening to me ramble for a moment there. Come on. Down you go. Okay. You know, if this dungeon goes at the rate we've been completing dungeons and we don't have to do a bunch of farming, we might be done this game by the end of this week. Oh, I also owe a debt of gratitude to the political party in which I belong in that state. Whoa, that was close. I'm not going to say exactly which state won because I want to protect the anonymity of my cousin, but if y'all are watching this, I appreciate you guys. Because they are also working on it. Bitch. See, politics isn't all bad. Okay, here we go. Oh, hi. Okay. That's the one thing about doing these newer weapons. That they break quickly. So I'm going to start spending endurance to rebuild it. Who we got going in chat today? I appreciate the fact that you're here. Boom. It's been a while since I've had to build up a sword. Like, I don't even know where to put the parts together. Boom. Claw cans. Curse dancers. It's a clown. Okay, I picked the big box. I got water. Thank you, clown. I shouldn't turn down free shit, but still. Hey, cat. Yeah, it is a cross. And of course, its primary attribute is holy, because, you know, no one expected that to be the case. I can make a number of jokes. Oh. Gaga. Which reminds me, I haven't built him up at all. I need to work on Gaga too. Gaga's range is insane. Bitch. Here, have some chicken. I'll take a shower. There we go. He's not in terrible shape. Oof, that wasn't cool. Ha! No, these stupid chaos dancers or curse dancers. Okay, good. Oh, that's right. He has the synth sphere. He still has the synth sphere on? Oh, that's not cool. I actually have to, like, do some work here. And actually... 38. 55. That was the mistake I made. Customize this bitch. Synth sphere. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Attack, okay, fine. Wind and ice, okay. And that's it. Well, I don't know. I only have wind. I'll have to go back to a town and buy more ice if I'm going to upgrade. Attack. Woot. You know, if there were vampires, it would be much more thematic. "66 years ago." What the hell? Am I... When did I make it to Wonderland? He's probably better fought by Gaga. Bitch. The best part about a polearm, the one true form, as many of my friends say, is you can reach out and touch somebody. Goodbye. Never did get the Steve slingshot. That kind of bugs me. Like, I enjoyed that slingshot because it talks to you. Like, we would have had a grand old time. Gooey Peach. It's like the Queen of... So, I just gotta say, those playing card mages look like they crawled out of an anime version of Alice in Wonderland. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Alice in Okay. I really like anime. And Alice in Wonderland was I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote... C.S. Lewis, who wrote Alice in Wonderland... I'm pretty sure he was on shrooms when he wrote that story to get into the pants of a 14-year-old. I mean, that's just the way it works. The guy was high. King Mimic. No! Halberd. This is how much I think he was tripping on something when he wrote that book. Is it C.S. Lewis? Someone fact check me on that. I think it was C.S. Lewis that wrote Alice in Wonderland. But if he wasn't tripping when he wrote that book, I couldn't imagine what possessed him to write some of the shit. I mean, he must have been insane, like certifiably insane. And I don't mean that to cast shade, like Alex Jones level of broken. Okay. First campaign. You know, the D&D joke comes in here. Oh, hi. Bitey box. I smite thee with my cross. Does this mean I've become a knight early? I shouldn't say things like that. There are two organizations who might get irritated with me for saying shit like that. Ha! Lewis Carroll, thank you. C.S. Lewis is Narnia, damn it. So I apologize to C.S. Lewis. You are not the guilty party here. Actually, the Narnia is a really interesting case. I could do like whole podcasts on the Chronicles of Narnia. It is just a fantastic story. I really like it, and most people would never believe its origin. What? I need some cheese. Rufus Prime, what is the meaning of life? Cheese. You know what? We'll use the banana. Oh, that really does make you thirsty. Damn. when I die, if I have the privilege of meeting C.S. Lewis in heaven, I will owe him a grave apology for mixing him up with Lewis Carroll, who was tripping. What else can I say? He was. There we go. I have to admit, time-based, memory-based final dungeons are like my favorite theme. We're gonna restock. So like the Gallery of Time here, Memoria and Final Fantasy IX were my favorite, and even the what was the name of the dungeon in Ultimicia's Castle in Final Fantasy VIII, which has very much a similar theme. Yeah. That should be plenty. Oh. Get some money back. And then safeguard it. I've never read Narnia. I watched the new movies. I watched The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which in my opinion is the most important one. But they're... The stories themselves are retellings of the archetypal stories. And they were a creative... For lack of a better way of putting it, and I believe that C.S. Lewis specifically said this because he was a very religious person, he was trying to make the moral lessons of the Bible accessible to children, which is not always possible because, yeah, thou shalt not doesn't translate to children. It's like, what do you mean? But without retelling the stories of that book. He wanted to have all new stories that told the same moral lessons. And I think he did a damn good job of it. And I've only been through The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I had to read it in school, and I've watched the movie. So I did read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I never read the full chronicles. But I found it very interesting that that he had that whole thread, because I never would have guessed it. Like when I read it in grade school, I never guessed that that was the reason he wrote it. I just thought it was really cool that a lion created, you know, made all of creation and then made 4 kids kings and queens. And actually, a lot of the themes you can also find in Stephen King's The Eyes of the Dragon. Particularly in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Revolving around, I don't even remember the character's name. So there's 2 brothers and 2 sisters in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The younger brother makes a mistake that's very akin to the younger brother in The Eyes of the Dragon. And it's the same moral lesson that they're going after. And it's just very well done. Very well done. I'm someone who loves morality plays and stories with like a true moral or theme behind it that's meant to teach some sort of deeper truth, some philosophical truth. I really love stories like that, and books in general like that, which is actually why I like a lot of Native American or American Indian stories, especially the ones revolving around Coyote, who often learns that his own mischief gets him in trouble. I'm fighting playing cards. Does anyone notice that? Is there going to be a level where there's 52 of them? Yes, The Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King, which is unfortunately out of print. It is the only work of his I could really get into, which I know I've got plenty of people in my friend group that would say that's blasphemy, but whatever. Down. Repair. I love how they brought back the Dash, who only ever otherwise appears in the very first dungeon. And then you have these assholes who appear in every dungeon. I stand by the fact that these are my favorite mimics in any version of a mimic I've ever seen, other than possibly D&D. Admittedly, they did a pretty good job in Final Fantasy XIV. In the Dark Palace. It's a specialty zone. Not the Dark Palace. It's a Palace of the Dead. You basically have to fight up as many levels as you can. And it's been a long time since I've played when my guild broke apart. Just due to circumstance, I stopped playing. You know, there were no fights or anything. I mean, okay, so my ex-girlfriend was a member of it, and that didn't help because she was our healer. And not in the stereotypical sense, like, she really enjoyed the job. That's what she liked to do. And she was one who could take a healer class and tank a boss on her own. Just because you just stand in front of the thing and just defeat the boss solo. It's like, what the fuck? You're not supposed to be able to do that. That was in WoW, but still, you know. But no, they did a good job with that game. I got no complaints about Final Fantasy XIV. 109 years ago, of which I think we're due to go back 400. That, my friends, is what fencing is all about. I know, he's one of my mother's favorite authors of all time. But, like, his seminal work, right? The one he's famous for is the Dark Tower series. And I can't get 3 pages into the Gunslinger. Which bugs me because just... Ow! Bitch. Just by the name, you'd think it'd be something I'm into, you know? It's like, oh, it's a book called The Gunslinger. There's a book for someone like me. Someone who grew up on spaghetti westerns. Y'all wonder why I'm gun-toting. You know? But I couldn't. I want to try. I think what I'm going to do is when I know they're doing a Dark Tower movie series, and The Gunslinger is one of them. I believe it might already be out. No, maybe COVID delayed it. I'll have to look it up. I think what I'll do is I'll watch the movie and then try reading the book. Because if I have a generalized idea of the plot, like there are a lot of books I read after I watched the movie because I wanted to know what the full story was. That could do it. Like if I watch The Gunslinger and really enjoy the movie, then I'll be able to read the book. The only exception to that particular rule has been A Song of Ice and Fire. I watched Game of Thrones through like season 4. I tried reading A Song of Ice and Fire and could not get into it. You bitch. Mostly because, in my opinion, George R.R. Martin's... No, is it George? The guy who wrote the book, in my opinion, his writing style is not terrific. Like, don't get me wrong, the story is really, really good. It's his writing style. I could not get into it. I think that's the one I'm thinking of, Cat. Oh, this is Ruby. What attribute is that? We'll start with Holy, but I don't think that's right. It was right. She just does absurd damage with her ring. Except things of a metal kind, which makes sense because metal is supposed to be antithesis to magic. Fun fact y'all didn't... Well, some of you won't know. I know for a fact that there are some of you that do. I got the map on the last chest. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Carrie, was Carrie the fire starter? I get this impression that Carrie was a fire starter. I could have sworn that someone dropped money. Oh well. Oh, wrong direction. Damn it. Bye-bye. Here we go. Menace of the West. Interesting. Cheese me. Okay. I know for a fact that my mother's read all, I believe there's 7 books in the Dark Tower series. And realistically, all of Stephen King's works lead back to the Dark Tower. There's always a character, and Flag is usually the main character that, not the main character of the series, but he's always like a recurring villain. Like, he's in the Eyes of the Dragon, he's in the Dark Tower, he's in the Stand, he's in like everything. He's like the bad guy. I think he's like Satan. I can have a duel. I'm fighting a fencer. Only these cards could turn their backs on someone and have it make them immune to damage. And this, kids, is why it's illegal to turn your back on an opponent deliberately in a fight in competition. Because it actually technically works the same way. Oh, she's a TKer. She's a TK. An Esper. Dashers. It's Dasher and Dancer and Deather and... You bitch. You fucker. First off, totally my fault. Second off, that bitch. Boom. Oh, it's basically all elemental. Except they do need mage, so we'll pop a couple mages on there. Goro is still my least favorite person to fight with. Not his fault. They designed, in my opinion, they designed his combat style very poorly. Out of all of the characters in this game, his fighting style is the one I like the least. His character isn't terrific, like he's a bit of a shithead. But... Oh, Firestarter. Yeah, okay. So the one with the Firestarter was literally called Firestarter. Which I'm sure is where the name comes from. Or the term, I should say. What Who? The deal. I never noticed the eye on them before. Hit him in the head. I guess it's better than hitting him in the junk. I was actually, so when one of my good friends, her daughter is a fighter, and we're talking like armored combat fighter, and when she, in the area I lived, to fight you had to be 16. And when she turned 16, she started fighting. The daughter did, because the mother was a fighter too. Armored combat fighter, but could no longer fight due to health reasons. And we're out there fighting, you know, we're going around, and you know, she's fairly new to armor, but I mean, her mom's a fighter, so it's not like she didn't spend a lot of time at the Pell with a stick, you know. And we're sparring, and I'm kind of new to armored combat, not new as such, but I don't do it very often, so I've got a newbie's ability, even though I've got a fair amount of like by the numbers experience. When you don't do it regularly, it doesn't allow the experience to accumulate as well as it otherwise would. And so I consider myself a newbie at it, even though I've done it off and on for several years. And so we're out there and we're fighting, and we're going rounds. It's short sword and shield. We're good. And all of a sudden, I hear my buddy Mike go, "Hit him in the junk!" I'm like, really? Which I lucked out. She never hit me in the junk. Over the head several times. You bitch. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Antidote. Oh, the curse is still there. I should have just done this. We'll pop a holy... Oh, am I out of holy water? No. Okay, good. I got one left. Chicken. Fair enough. We're running kind of short on supply, so we're gonna resupply again. It is, which is why she never takes those shots, but it's... Oftentimes when you're trying to get someone who's hesitant to hit to actually give a good shot, it helps to actually loosen up the air to say something like that, even if that's not what you're actually aiming for them to do. Which is exactly what the goal was. Which I don't know why they decided they needed that for Lilyhammer. She was not someone who was timid about hitting. She certainly has earned her place as the successor to the Pitbull. Let's just put it that way. Her mother was known as the Pitbull, for those who don't know. What else do you have? Check-in items. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Like, I don't know where to assemble these pieces. So we're gonna walk out and see what happens. So no, this is not where we assemble the parts. Wait, can we assemble them in the dungeon? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to, before we re-enter the dungeon, this is a good place to take a break. So I'm gonna take a 5-er. Everyone grab a drink, grab a snack. We'll be back in 5 or less. And we're back. And to say goodnight to my son, he was already asleep. It's like, what 13-year-old's asleep before 10 o'clock on a Friday? Which, to be fair to him, it was the last day of school, so he was probably exhausted. $140 years ago. Get thirsty quicker. Fair enough. So can we assemble parts while we're here? We can. Father's slot. There's the crown. Oh, we actually can see it here in the dungeon? Oh, that's interesting. Sophia. Okay. Oh, wow. So this actually tells us about how far through we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 possible ones. So the bed, the minister, Sophia, and the buggy. The horse rider, sword, the wizard. This will be the wizard. Father, and the crown. So let's pop it up. The wizard, the broken sword, Sophia, the castle, and the horse rider. So you know what? Let's get through these, and then we can roll through the rest. Crowning day. By law and my will, the crown is yours. He proclaims with his last breath. Then I begged his lifeless form. Tell me, Father, what should I do as king? It was the day of my crowning that I met you. Your blue eyes catch mine once, and then you vanish. Who on earth are you? Reunion in the storm. I want to meet you again. That's all I can think of now. Then the minister rushed into my room in a panic. Princess's buggy of neighbor country is missing in the storm. I reunited with you 1 hour after that. First campaign. They lie in wait for us, veiled by the morning mist. I give my troops the signal. The cavalry slices through. This ferocity before me, is this war? I thought I heard my father's voice. Do not fear. Your task is to protect this country. Menace of the West. Allies fall. The West has a wizard with a fearful power. Are we losing? No, I will not retreat. I must hold here or those devils will invade your castle. Interesting. So, okay. We will continue to work on this. Oh shit, title card. Okay, so I totally screwed the pooch on that one. So, oh, fuck me. So what I will do is, before the end, I will go back through all of those. I am so sorry, everyone. Thank you, Kat. You saved my bacon. Good thing I was paying enough attention to the chat to see that, because otherwise we could have gone a long time without it. And yes, occasionally the word dumbass should be written across my forehead. Ooh, another feather. Okay. You know, I kind of wish that I could get a sword like this. Which it would only actually be useful in, like, live steel heavy armored combat. It would be useless in fencing, but still, it looks fun. Hang on, guys. There we go. Ah, sneezing. Excuse me. Ow. Never assume just because you're striking them they can't hit you back. Just like that. Note to self, buy revival and stand-in powder because you are obviously not smart enough to realize that they hit like a truck. Oh, Jokers carry scythes. They're Scythemeisters. Here's an in-joke for you. I always knew that Maka was a Joker. You know what? Why don't Gaga take these? There we go. It's all about the right character for the right job. A throbbing cherry. There's a dirty joke there. Black-robed man. I had hoped that there might be a recovery spot in here. No, I can't repair my sword with the clock hands. Good night. Mighty healing. They're giving out a lot of those. Take a fishing bait. I would have to agree, Soul is definitely the bigger Joker. I think Soul takes himself way too seriously. Which, I mean, there's an argument that could be made that Maka does too. I did not customize. Get a little bit of attack, a little bit of speed. A little bit of mage killer. Yes. Oh, that's right. I was gonna get stand-in powder before I went here. That's okay. Let's make sure I'm not quite as dumb as I was before. Actually, how much money do I have on me? Okay, not a huge amount. Ow. Here we go. Holy. Dark power acquired. I've acquired dark power. Let's do this. Bitch. Learn how to sword fight. Ow. Listen, you. Pitch dark key. You did that on purpose. You did. I saw you do it. Really? Really? Because of you, I had to have more chicken. Haha. Now the real question is the chicken Kentucky fried? Cat? Should we be concerned? Black blood. Blood agreement. So for those of you who don't know, Black Blood is a direct reference to the anime Soul Eater, which I don't even think was out when this came out, but that's the reference I was using for it. Which, by the way, is a fantastic anime that everyone should watch who likes anime. If you don't like anime, well, you can, you know, just live with being wrong. Oh wow, he's not very good against mages. I don't know, Black Blood could come in handy. Everyone gets a little crazy sometimes. Oh, we have extra feathers just in case. Where is the key? Are you kidding me? The map. That's why I came all this way. For the map. For the effing map. The mother effing map. I don't have any stand-in powder, do I? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to get some supplies here. There we go. 162 years ago. And I think we have to go back 400 years, so we've got a journey ahead of us. If I remember correctly, this was one hell of a dungeon. Speed's maxed out. This one benefits from ice. So that's it, wind and ice, of which we are out of both. Give it some attack power. It couldn't hurt. Oh wait, there's a door over there. We're gonna need what it needs. Oh, your anti-mage ability is not terrific. Which it occurs to me they're probably weak versus holy as well. Okay, that was close on two regards. Let's chicken you. And repair powder you. I'd have been a little irritated with myself had that ended up going the way it could have gone. Like, here's a question. What is required to climb... get to the back floor? It's a photograph. A big painting. Like, I don't know that we've run into what it is that this requires. Good night. Not entirely sure how he got his shot off, but that's okay. There we go. It would help if I could actually find the doorway. Yeah, we'll take this one first. It's a bomb. Is the Holy Flamer. Oh, hi. Wow. Goro's getting licked a lot. There's a joke there. I'm glad I had the big wax hammer. Haha. I got the money. There we go. More with the gooey peaches. You know what? I think what we need to do is we need to resupply our weapon upgrade store. So what we'll do is after this dungeon's done, I will run back to Queens, and we are going to resupply, and then I will run through all of the story from the Georama parts one more time, because the card was up the last time and I'm a moron. And we'll call it a night. Okay. Good gravy. I still have a decent amount of repair powder. So, inside Sadia's memory is the secret of the Dark Genie. Be sure to gather every piece. Queens we go. Jokers. Let's see what we've got. That's Sea Killer. Mage Killer definitely does not go amiss in this area. I don't think I need any more Sea Killer. I think she had a couple too. Nope. Neither does she. Nor does she. I keep hitting the square button in order to activate Trans Feather. It doesn't work here. Oh, he doesn't have the, for some reason I thought he had a couple of the different attribute increases. So the Wise Owl or the, he's got Plant Killer. I don't know, they met a merchant in Muskalaka. Day 35. We've been at this for over an in-game month. Okay. He's storage. Come on. I don't think there's a story here. Okay, well. The question is, do we have time for one more? The answer is no. But what I will do is I'm going to go back to Darkhaven Castle. We're going to go into the area where you can enter into the Gallery of Time, and then we're going to go through all of the story pieces that we have the ability to do right now. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do one more floor. We'll put all of the Georama parts together, and we'll watch them. Yeah, because we can certainly watch the next two. Fight a polearm, use a polearm. There we go. Yay, I got a carrot. I'm feeling so good. I might catch the moon people because they're all rabbits. A lich. I like how Ruby just like lays waste. The assassin. That's interesting. Which, if I was smart, I would have seen that in the first place. That's okay. Everything but holy. Let's give it more holy. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea in this case. Let's just like screw the build up. Let's just like pile on the holy. More speed would probably be a good thing, so we'll put the speed +3 on there. Treasure key. You fucker. Oh my god. Wow. First off, have some chicken. Second off, quit fucking around on the job. Actually, this is something that I have heard that special forces, when one of them gets wounded and it's bad, they'll actually say that to each other. Like, Jenkins, quit fucking around on the job. Get your ass up. Which I have to admit would probably be like the best way to motivate my stupid ass if something like that were to happen to me. It's like, you got work to do. Come on. We've got to be close. There we go. This would be good for the holy attribute. Sophia acquired. Okay, we are at the door. To the Worshipful Lodge. Sorry. There's a Freemasons joke there. Deal. Black blood. Ooh, light. There's a Freemasons race reference for you. We're getting close. We might actually clean this up in the next one. So, okay, crowning day. Doing this over. By law and my will, the crown is yours. He proclaims with his last breath. Then I begged his lifeless form. Tell me, Father, what should I do as king? It was the day of my crowning that I met you. Your blue eyes catch mine once and then you vanish. Who on earth are you? I want to meet you again. That's all I can think of now. Then the minister rushed into my room in a panic. The princess's buggy of a neighboring country is missing in the storm. I reunited with you 1 hour after that. They lie in wait for us, veiled by the morning mist. I give my troops the signal. The cavalry slices through. This ferocity before me. Is this war? I thought I heard my father's voice. Do not fear. Your task is to protect this country. Allies fall. The West has a wizard with a fearful power. Are we losing? No, I will not retreat. I must hold here or those devils will invade your castle. A long time has passed since the war began. We're nearly defeated. To regroup, I took rest at a safe place. Then a black-robed man approaches from behind the trees. You want the power to win this day? I can give it to you. Light from my hands destroys my enemies. Is this black power? I borrowed the power of devils, but now I can save my comrades. This force, I will never let them touch you. Okay, and that's it, guys. We plowed through a huge part of this dungeon. And I think that we are in a good spot. So we are going to place the hands on the clock. And then leave the dungeon, and we'll save. "34 hours, yep. I suspected this would be somewhere in the roughly 40-hour zone. That's a full work week. Okay, guys, this is where we stop. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, I really appreciate the support, and we will see you in the next one.